What's up YouTube? Teddy Westside here for another video, and today we're going to do the review video on the new South Bend Stage 2 Endurance clutch that we installed in the last video. If you did see that last video, then you probably could tell by the end of the video that I wasn't really the biggest fan of the new clutch. After driving with it for, the 500 plus mile break-in, I'm now closer to like 700 miles on the new clutch. I really like it. The stock clutch that the GTI has come with, I think, is severely too light. Hence why as soon as you go stage 1 and definitely stage 2, you're probably going to start to get clutch issues. But not only that, I felt that it would stall out very easily just because it couldn't hold really that well. Now again, this is my first manual car, so I don't really know everything about manuals and how the clutch works and yada yada yada. But I did feel that unless you were going more than 5 miles an hour with the stock clutch, the car was going to stall on you. Now that's definitely not the case. This is a lot heavier, which is one thing that I didn't really like at first, because on the internet, all the reviews and all the things to explain the clutch said that it'd be very little increase in pressure to push in the pedal. I would not call it very little. I would definitely say it's a significant more amount of force that you got to put in, which was at first very scary to me because I just thought it was very hard and made the car a lot more difficult to drive. But again, after driving it after the first day, it became second nature, and I hardly noticed how heavy the clutch is now. One thing also that I did not like, which I knew that was going to be the case, so I can't really be mad or anything, I thought that the clutch made a whole lot of noise, and especially at first, I mentioned in the last video, I thought there was something wrong with the clutch because it was making so much noise. And that's just because it is a single mass flywheel, so it makes a lot more clutch chatter. But honestly, it's very easy to drown that out. All I need to do is start driving. I can't really hear it when I'm driving because of my exhaust. Especially with the windows up, you really can't hear it. And it's very easy to drown out with music, which I have music on pretty much all the time, so that's never really an issue. The only time that you really do hear it where it can pretty much drive you nuts is if you have the windows down and you're stopped. Because my exhaust isn't loud enough just at idle that it overpowers the chatter. But it was very easy to get used to. I'm gonna play a clip now of what the car sounded like before the new clutch, and then right after that will be a clip that I recorded today of what the clutch sounds like with the clutch chatter. At the time of recording this video, I don't know if you can hear it. I'm really hoping so, but we're gonna insert those clips right now. Alright, one thing I kind of wanted to make a note of for the video is just kind of what my car sounds like right now before we put the clutch on. Okay, so this is me demonstrating the noise that the clutch now makes. Hopefully you guys can hear that. It is definitely because it is a single mass flywheel. I don't know if that makes it a little bit better. But if you do hear this noise, there's nothing wrong. As soon as you put the clutch in, you can hear that the noise is now gone. Clutch out and you start to hear the rattle. And this is the sound of the car from the outside. So as you can tell from those clips, the car was obviously silent from before, which if you don't have a new clutch, you obviously know. And now it's definitely making noise. But like I said before, it's very easy to get used to it, very easy to drown out that noise and you never notice it. I will have to say though, the noise does still bother me a little bit, because if somebody doesn't know anything about cars comes up to you or your car, they may think that your car is broken when it's in all reality perfectly fine. So if the noise is one thing that you do not want, there are dual mass flywheel options that you can choose to get instead. I didn't go this route just because, like I said before, I knew people with this exact clutch. They didn't have any issues. It's one of the more popular choices, so I figured why not. I don't know if you could tell right now, but it makes noise because my foot is off the clutch and we're parked here for a minute. really the only other thing that I have to say is that the car hasn't slipped one bit. I did 540 miles of driving for the break-in period because I did about 30 miles on the highway, and I'm sure it wouldn't have mattered at all, but I was just being a little bit overcautious about it because, I mean, it is a big expense, you know, to buy the clutch, to get it installed, and then, you know, to do all those miles. I mean, I work from home, so I don't just, you know, drive to work and that was it. I literally went out after work on my lunch and just drove and drove and drove and drove and drove until I hit that 500 mile mark. I mean, it probably took me about 12 hours of driving because none of it was highway. I mean, I learned some cool back roads, which was nice, but other than that, it was pretty boring. If you follow me on Instagram, then you probably already knew that. If you don't follow me on Instagram, it's in the description below, and it'll be right here on the screen. So make sure you go do that. But yeah, so since the clutch is finally broken in, I was able to, you know, floor it and feel the experience, or feel the power of stage 2 finally, and let's just say it's fast. It's super duper fast. I floored it from second gear through third and fourth. I had traction control on, so I didn't slip at all. And I got to speeds that would lose my license on most highways in PA. That's all I'm going to say. But I was in Mexico, so it was perfectly legal. But it was scary. I was shaking for quite a while because, I mean, I've never felt this car be that fast before, so it was a lot of fun. There will be videos of that coming up later, or at least me doing pulls I did not film the first time. I wish I did. That would have been cool. But yeah, I'm really liking the new clutch. I think it is honestly easier to drive. Before, like I said, I feel like the car would just want to stall out real quickly or real easily unless you had, you know, some good power to it or were moving already. But now, like, I really feel that I could start with a slight incline without even touching the gas and just like slowly release the clutch and get going, which I definitely don't think you could have done before. I'm not going to try it because I don't care that much, and I don't really want to wear out my clutch any more than I probably will. But that's pretty much all I have to say for my review. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. You can DM me on Instagram, or you can put the comments down below. I get back to like pretty much every single comment. But I really have been enjoying it. I think it is a great option. I know it's not the cheapest option, but it definitely works. So if you're looking to, you know, spend that money one time and make sure you get a good product, I truly believe that the South Bend is the clutch for you. Again, I got the South Bend Stage 2 Endurance. I don't think anybody needs the drag pack. If you want to go Stage 3 Daily or Stage 3 Endurance, that's fine. It really should depend on what your total power goals are. Me, I think I'm going to try to stick around the 450 mark at the highest point. So that's why this is kind of where I ended. I didn't pay any more because, again, the further up in the stages you go, the harder it's going to be to press. And I was kind of already a little bit worried about a change because this is my first manual car, as you guys know. But again, guys, that's going to be pretty much it for the video. I really appreciate you guys for watching and subscribing. Speaking of subscribers, we just hit 200 yesterday, which is awesome. Way quicker than the first 100. So let's keep the momentum going and get to 500, and maybe I'll do another giveaway. So again, thanks you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.